Hello, flunkies. Welcome back. It's another fun-filled disaster 2020.
Woo.
Yeah.
I love 20. Dude, I don't know why everybody's so bad. Like 2020, I've seen so clear now. It's funny that like it is actually 2020 and how many people are now like, wait, so there are aliens and the government knew about it? Like they're just throwing all of this shit at us now and they're like, we're actually seeing everything clearly. And
Yeah.
everyone's like panicking.
Yeah, it's been crazy. I'm looking it up because I saw it because you talking.
We're like Roddy Piper taking off the sunglasses in that movie. He's like, I see what's real.
Yeah, like that's like that. You say that, and it's like those the crystal spearheads that people found.
Crystal spearheads.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
So like it was a while ago. I'm trying to find the exact story when somebody found it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a couple years ago, and they found crystal spearheads.
Right. Kind of like the crystal skull phenomena.
Yeah, something like that. But it felt to me like something like, oh, cool. When shit goes bad for the 2020 season finale, you got those to defend yourself with.
Right. We just have to place them in the right order on like the four corners in the United States. And then that's what triggers a massive beam to destroy the asteroid that's coming our way.
Yeah, either that or White Walkers.
Oh, that too, yeah.
The you get that, or we just hide in fridges because I watched the Crystal Skull recently and save your ass.
The fridge will save us.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what's horrible though is so many people have eaten themselves so large that they no longer fit in the thing that provides them the food that got them to there.
Nah, I feel like that's just more the Midwest.
Yeah. I don't think it's just a Midwest thing, though, dude.
It's not just a Midwest thing, but if we're doing like, hey, based on population density of this, we definitly run that
the
kingdom.
Density is very high there.
It's a lot of dense.
Yeah.
Well,
what do you expect? We grow all the food, so we get first pick.
No, that's the funny thing. Yeah, we grow all the healthy food. We use all the money that we sell or that we get from selling all that to buy like freaking Papa Murphy's.
God, you didn't even pick a good place.
No, because they're all bad.
Now I just want Little Caesars. I don't know why, but that's just saying now I just want. And I've been doing so good.
No,
I only
dude.
ate out once this week.
No, you just got to get like a tombstone.
No, I don't even do. See, actually, dude, you're gonna make fun of me, but I don't care because they're delicious. So, I've been getting these vegan pizzas.
The fuck?
Yeah, dude. It doesn't. The only way you can tell it's different is because the cheese is vegan too, so there's no dairy products or anything, right? No animal product in it, so it's a little stickier. But dude, they're delicious. They make this one that's like all pepper pizza, so it's like green peppers, bell peppers, all that kind of shit. And on top of it, it's delicious. It's so good. Problem is, they're $9.
Yeah, you get man. Just I don't know. Just eat fucking. Oh, what did I just buy? A big old tub of like avocado. God damn it! Why am I forgetting this? It's avocado
guacamole.
Dip. Yeah, there we go. That.
Yeah, you forgot guacamole.
Yeah,
It is weird. How, like we went from I would like to know like the origin, I guess, of guacamole and why it has that name. Because the avocado, like you think it would just call it avocado. Like guacamole's got to mean like mush avocado, right, or something.
Yeah, I think I know
like
the
such
answer.
I know
the answer.
Name. Okay,
I know the answer. I don't know how the name came to be, but I know how the two came to be without any research.
Okay.
They were making their salsa, and they came in with their fresh produce, and somebody tipped over the jar, fell down, crushed a couple avocados. Salsa got in with those avocados, and they're like, I think we can salvage this. Scooped it back up and went, holy shit, this is good. If you take out the dirt, we'd probably be solid.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I just want to.
That's how that came to be. That's
yeah,
my uneducated guess. Without looking, I think.
Wait, an Aztec? Is it an Aztec word?
What?
That was like the first thing that came up in.
Guacamole is an Aztec word. That's actually when they took out their heart.
Dude, I love Google. So the word guacamole does not come from the word meaning testicle sauce.
Oh.
That's the first line on
Oh,
Google.
wait, what?
Uh,
So an Aztec testicle sauce was guacamole?
right? Yeah, I
Okay.
guess. Yeah.
Yo, girl, you
You're
want some?
eating
Oh
God's
man, dude, can
testicles.
you imagine that? Like their porn was guacamole. It's just
Well, it is a
that was
it
their
is a fruit.
gonzo.
It is the like superfood, right? So that's why they thought it was God's testicle sauce.
Oh, it's his. Yeah, it's his jizz.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
You
man, that is
you
great.
put you
Ancient.
take you take testicle sauce and you put it on the tortilla that has the Virgin Mary's face on it.
Yeah. I love like the ancient people with their relationships to their respective gods, and they're like, you know what? It's really good. What is it? It has to be from the nuts of God.
Yeah, the Spanish came over and were just like, "What is it?" And then the Aztecs were like, "Guacamole," and the Spanish were like, testicle sauce. Like that became a joke between Cortez and his men on the ship. They're giving they're eating testicle sauce. Everybody. That's how the whole rumor about human sacrifice
Hey
started.
Cortez, why is your hat filled with testicle sauce today? Oh, you guys got me. Damn it.
Yeah, he just like puts on his tin hat. It's like a green shit. It's like, oh, you guys got me.
Oh God,
We're all gonna die now.
You're their
I will
God.
stab you all.
Their God
is
nutted on
mutiny.
my head.
God noted on my head.
Hey guys, I don't know about you. My hair feels really soft now.
Right. And it says nor from the half of, or the Natelli half of Spanish,
The
that
Nutella?
can
Like,
analyze
everything's about
as the
nutting.
meaning of ground avocados. It comes from the word, I don't know what this is. It's a Nahuatl, so it must be some kind of
Oh,
ancient
something
language.
something out of Atlanta.
Yeah, exactly. Word alamali, which means avocado-based sauce. Okay, so it's like that's where that name comes from. But that just seems so out of there. Why wouldn't you just call it avocado sauce or something?
Why don't we just call it testicle sauce? That just sounds so
Dude,
good.
I'm gonna start saying that at cocktail parties.
Dude, I'm gonna.
Oh shit! Pass the testicle sauce.
Yo, yeah, I'd like chimichanga, and can you put some testicle sauce on that?
Yeah. This guy wants you to come in his burrito. I don't know. He's weird.
No, I want the glazing. You just get all that. Oh man, that is great. I'm going to start saying that when I serve it, guys. I made some fresh testicle sauce.
Fresh testicle sauce. The testicle of the gods, straight from the source. Is he nutting in our food and also has a god complex?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's funny because talk about the ancient gods. I was bringing that up to my daughter, and she was telling me about how they're going on about how none of them are real, the past ones. I'm like, there's a shit ton of people that would argue with you because there's a shit ton of people that used to believe in them.
Wait, so which gods is she necessarily like? Is she learning about them in school or something right now? Like
No,
mythology
she
and
was
shit?
just asking, and I brought up like all the other guys because there's so many. There's you name from like Aztecs, the Greeks. You go around the world. There's all sorts of them.
Right, like they worship the sun and the moon.
Yeah,
they have
it's like,
multiple
oh,
gods that kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the what mono is a single god. So like monotheistic. I can't even say the word anymore. But monotheism, I don't think started like coming around until what, the 1600s, really?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it was after like the fall of Rome, or like right as the actually Rome was Catholic. I always forget that.
Well, eventually, they were both. They were the pivotal transition.
Yeah, once Rome transitioned, that's when like that they kind of started just going on singular gods.
Yeah, but it was crazy. Like, just I started listing them all. I'm like, name something. There was a god for it. The grass,
Right.
Demeter. Like, you just start going off all this other
Demeter?
stuff. Or Persephone? Like, I forget. It's the one that like Hades stole. Like that. Those are the ones that I just know in my head.
Right.
But like, there's so many others. Like Egypt kind of has some kick-ass gods that they had back in the day.
Yeah, we don't learn about like it's weird. I don't understand why like the Greek gods are like one of those things that really get talked about a lot. It's interesting. Like you don't hear a lot about the Egyptian gods very much.
No, And
they do like whole like classes on those in school still. Like you learn about the Greek gods, but you don't learn about ancient Egypt a little bit, but not much.
Yeah, I was gonna say your little bit all ties into fucking Greek because they just go off and they're like, all right, well, Cleopatra actually got with like Bruno, and then these guys
You'll
did.
see here, Cleopatra was hoeing around. She was spreading that wop everywhere.
Oh man,
the Middle
there's
East.
some holes in this house.
Cleopatra was just like 7 days a week.
Yeah, man, that thing was crazy.
Make that polo game weak. Zeus was like, that's Zeus had the weakest pull-out game of all time.
She did Kegels while it was in her.
While she rides it, we'll put a name on it. Yeah. Goddamn, that song's gonna provide so much funny shit from here on out.
I know.
So did she like have any? But she was just like, that's really dumb for the most part. Is like all the different gods.
Yeah, just explain that, and I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like, it just goes to show, and just explaining that, I'm like, throughout history, everybody believes different things, and they change rapidly.
Right. Like think about like. It's not like you could really tell her this, but like just even like the things that were acceptable 10 years ago, like you can't really give those examples because she wouldn't know, but like aren't even close to being acceptable nowadays. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Like the vast change of pace of things now has sped up even more. You know?
Yeah, I mean,
and you don't have to even do it by like the threat of sword to your throat, you know?
Yeah, it'd be like nobody in their right mind would actually break all this down logistically to their child at such a young age, because then you're going to make this weird oddball that as everybody says something, they're like, nah. If you're actually looking past history,
right?
Like, oh, fuck.
Well, that's what sucks is like if you were to properly teach history, you'd almost alienate your child.
Yeah, very true.
Because, like, to properly teach history, there's so much context into, like, what's just, like, everything. Like, the amount of just, like, people being on the right side of history. Like, that's one thing. It's so funny, like, you hear that term a lot. Like, well, let's be on the right side of history, right? Let's all make sure we're doing the right thing. And it's, like, it's literally impossible to determine that. Like,
yeah.
People who were back, like, there are people who were British loyalists. I mean, like we talked about on the last show, I was listening to the first conspiracy where they're going after George Washington.
Mm-hmm.
During the Revolutionary War, there were hundreds and thousands of people in the colonies who were British loyalists who thought the British rule was the right way to go. They were like, well, you guys never, like, well, I side with Britain. I don't side with you guys. This is crazy what you guys are trying to do. Can you believe? So, like, you can never predict that was going to happen. Like, nobody thought it was going to happen then. So it's like, and then like they're like, well, you got to be on the right side of history. It's like they're going to be people. There's no way to know what is right until it happens later.
Yeah, and that's also like it just judging off past history. All the people are like, USA, ultimate power forever, and it's like, just look at history.
Yeah.
All powers
Dude, look
crumble.
at Rome.
Yeah.
Look at Rome. Like that is essentially, if you like, and it's like it's really like egocentrical as an American to say, but look at the pattern of what Rome did. Rome was a central powerhouse and kept expanding. If Rome would have stopped expanding and just ran the empire, it never would have gone away.
No, what happened is Mark Antony got some of that whap from Cleopatra. She got him against everything.
Yeah, so, but, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they just kept spreading and thinned themselves out. And if you look at, like, what some things are happening, you're like, we're kind of spread thin, huh?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It's just what's happening. Yeah.
It's bound to happen. I love having those people that are just like, no, ultimate power. I'm like, maybe, probably not.
Yeah, no. Russia thought it was going to have a reign of the USSR thought it would have a reign of 1,000 years. And look what happened there.
Yeah.
Turns out if you put some certain social programs in place, it topples it even quicker.
Yeah. And, everybody that does the world conquest, last people to do that wasn't it? I guess that was Germany, wasn't it? The
Well,
whole.
I guess like not in the sense that like world conquest is like I wouldn't say they conquered the world. It's not like the
No,
Romans
I'm
where they
saying
ruled for
attempting it
hundreds of
though.
years. Oh, attempting it? Yeah, I would say probably.
That was the last one that was just
There's
like, holy
like you
shit.
could argue if you really wanted to, you could definitely make an argument the U.S. is doing it by like, but not like spreading it as far as like now they are part of the United States, but as
Are you
far
talking
as
about
we
like all the military bases and all that shit?
spreading, yes, spreading military bases, also spreading, trying to force, in some ways, I would say, forcing the idea of democracy to certain countries.
Yeah.
Like going in and taking over different parts of the world and trying to destabilize governments. It's happening.
Yeah. I mean, you could also be like other countries where it's like China right now, where it's like, I refuse to acknowledge Taiwan.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like that kind of stuff.
What? That's not a thing. Don't look over here. Don't look behind the curtain.
Oh, man. Yeah, China's doing it differently than like the military bases. They're just straight up buying land.
Yeah, no, they're just like, well, we have land, and it's privately owned by their citizens.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
It's like that we
yeah,
implanted.
It's impossible for you. Like it would. Could you imagine trying to actually teach, or even yourself? Like I'm not gonna sit here and act like, oh, could you imagine teaching that? But like trying to learn the actual like step-by-step world history, even if you picked like a time that didn't even go back to ancient Rome. Try to learn the entire world's history and understand the decisions that were made from like, let's just say 1920 onward.
It would
take
fascinating
years.
to actually do. Yes. That I was about to just state that too, Wade. You have to pick a very specific point, and you would have to spend so much time to get a full grasp on what was going on, because you need to learn their politics, what was going on, any potential strife with other nations. Like, you got to learn all these intricacies. You can't just be told, and Alexander the Great decided to go into China and could try to conquer Asia, and he went in and da-da-da-da. And it's like, wait, there's things that led up to that.
That's such a crazy way that they explain that in school. Just like, Alexander the Great. Yeah, well, when you're just like, Alexander the Great, he must have done something pretty cool. Yes, he went and tried to conquer half the world, and eventually his empires fell, and then after that, Rome shrunk down and just became the small country of Italy. And you're like, wait, what? What happened in between all that? I feel like you're skipping some shit.
Well, they grew grapes. What? Yeah, wine.
Yeah, wine. Yes. They couldn't drink water because water was too polluted, so they just made lots of wine.
Yeah, it's beautiful how, like, if you go back and now look after doing any...
Yeah, you realize that half the leaders
what?
are all just drunken war criminals.
Oh, yeah, they're all, like, just full of bloodlust. Like, Alexander the Great just had a complex and was successful at what he was trying to do. So everybody's great person.
Which is really what's funny about, like, today's leaders is, like, you don't think, like, we know, like, that's what we know about, like, back in the day is, like, they didn't drink water, really. They drank fucking wine and booze and shit because the water was so, like, gross and bad for you.
That's because they were bathing and dumping their fucking buckets of shit into it.
Yeah, but you know what? At the same time, you need to thank those drunks, because without them bathing in that shit, we wouldn't have the advanced irrigation systems we have today.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the advanced immune systems that we
Well,
soon
that
developed.
too. I mean, only the strong survived.
Hey, have you guys heard of sepsis lately? No, you're welcome.
You're welcome. How about cholera? Oh, that's still around? Oh, my bad.
How about ringworm? No? Oh, shit. 0 for 2.
I forgot my point where I was going with this. Oh,
water.
that like all these past leaders were just drunks with power, right? And they were just like, fuck it, let's go fuck up people. Mm-hmm. And like they're just talking shit in a bar constantly. And then now, like when you think about some of our leaders and the decisions they make, you're like, you're not inebriated at all. You're just a fucking sociopath.
Yeah, there's nothing to blame it on other than their like own hubris.
Right. Like Donald Trump literally just talks about how he's like, I don't drink. I'm like, that makes me even more concerned about your behavior, sir.
Yeah, but I mean, like our current presidential nominees that are out there, and this is only traipsing I'm going to do into that, they won't be able to blame it on drink, but they'll be able to blame it on dementia.
Yeah, that too. That is
I didn't do that. Here's video. That's not me.
Yeah, that's not me. That's a deep fake.
Deep fakes. Fuck, man.
Deep fake.
Those things have gotten
Dude,
really good.
Dude, they're scary.
It's
like,
terrifying.
and I feel like what it is it's like I'm really getting nervous about those because I feel like they're just like they just keep rolling them out to show you like, look what you could do, and it's like, and you accept them, and you're just like,
yeah, you got so
wait,
used to them. Like, I don't know if you've seen it. There's a Reface app or something that I've been seeing a ton of people use.
Oh, where they like merge people's faces together and make like a new face, right?
Well, no, they put their face on other people, so it actually looks like them. So if me and you wanted to, we could go put our faces in the WAP video, and me and you could be Cardi and Megan Thee Stallion and just run around singing about.
Well, there's a thing that'll end up on the internet now.
Why not?
Or they could take this podcast and face swap us. We could be like Nicolas Cage and
take the face. Oh,
it'll be face off the podcast.
Oh no. That'd be so good. Are you going to be what was it, Travolta doing that weird touch face where he takes his whole four of his fingers like, I missed you, and just like creepily does that weird Larry Nassar pedophile?
Dude, if we have a really good fan who really likes the show, which you've never communicated to us before, but we know some people are listening out there. If you really like the show, if you could take scenes or take the trailer from Face Off and put me and Nathan in the movie Face Off, that'd be great, because that's just going to be really confusing of a face swap. Like, you have to face swap. First off, one of us is Nick Cage, and the other one is John Travolta. And then halfway through, you got to switch us. It's the ultimate deep fake. It fucks with your mind on so many levels.
I got my gold Lugers. Oh, man.
But yeah, they terrify me. Like, it was funny. I actually saw... And this is why, like, I had this thought. Like, I feel like there's so many people doing the deepfake switcheroo, kind of like taking video and editing them for people to have conversations and stuff. I see so many different ways people are like doing stuff, and it's right now. It's just in this like creative state, or at least you think so. Like, it's definitely being used before, like it somehow got to the general public, right? Like, that's why I feel about all things is like if we're getting it, they've had it forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's just great though, because you think about it though, everybody's worried about like they're saying like, oh, this 6 feet thing is so they can get more isolated instances, so all this stuff can recognize facial and all this blah 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 blah. But now you got this, and there's so many people doing this. I'm like, what, you were worried about that, but you're willing to completely share your face and throw it on.
Well, that's the way I feel when I hear people go, like, man, that facial recognition stuff is crazy. Like, we shouldn't be just giving out our likeness, and, like, we probably shouldn't be posting pictures online. And then you use an Apple ID with your face, and it's like, oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you think that's doing? It's and I'm overly paranoid. I understand that. Like, take everything I say through, like, a really heavily dose of salt. Like, just drown me in so much.
Oh, we're not going to microdose the salt. We're just going to full dose. Okay.
Yeah, and it's so, like, I don't get that. But I also, like, I'm also rational enough to realize, like, the whole, like, facial recognition thing, like what you talked about, where they're, like, the whole 6 feet thing is they're doing that so they can do, like, the cameras that are everywhere can do better at facial recognition now, and they're using this as a time. I'm like, well, I guarantee, I was like, I can get where your point with that, but maybe they're taking advantage. I don't think they purposely are telling everybody you have to stay 6 feet apart so they can then do this. They're probably like, oh, well, if people are saying you have to stay 6 feet apart, why don't we try to use this time to actually help make our data better? Like, taking advantage of the situation. I can see that more than being like, well, we're going to force this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That totally makes more sense. Make the most of an opportune moment that has presented itself, kind of thing.
Yeah, just like I've bought so much stock lately. Yeah, porn, stock porn. Stockholm syndrome porn is what I bought.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm right there with you. I've been gambling like a motherfucker because
I'm not
all
joking. I have
are.
actually not bought any stock. I'm so scared of that.
Oh, no. I definitely have, man. You get that all that shit going on. It's so easy to buy into just random shit. And it's just like, oh, fuck. It's straight up gambling.
I've been listening to a book because I know, like, right now is like a perfect time to probably start getting into it.
I love hearing that every time. I understand it. It still sounds fucking ludicrous, and that is I listen to a book. Like, I'm still
Right, yeah.
still not used to
I know.
not hearing the word read in
sounds
there.
crazy. But, like, it's funny because I'm pretty sure there's studies that show by listening to a book, you actually retain more.
I don't know, man, because I really still enjoy picking up a book because then like voices in my head and all that stuff because I'm partly
don't get
crazy
me wrong.
apparently.
Don't get me wrong. Like, still like reading a book. But there's been studies that show because, like, for years, like thousands of years, like the only way you told stories was by voice, You
Yeah,
didn't write things.
true.
You just told them verbally. So human beings over thousands of years, the way they collect data is better through like voice. That's why like podcasts have become like so like great,
Yeah.
And why like people are like, why don't people like watch more videos? Like people are listening to like 9 hours of podcast a day. It's like, well, it's because we've been conditioned, evolutionarily to just absorb things through speech and talk because that's how we've always done it. So that's why it's such an appealing thing. So I think that's why people, the studies I've seen have said that audiobooks people actually retain more. Which it makes sense on that aspect. But I also get what you're saying where, like, also seeing it helps as well.
Well, I just feel like if you actually, and this is just me based on everything I've seen, and that is, yeah, you may remember a estimate of the approximate story that you heard, whereas if you read it, at least you have a reference point to go back. But if you just hear it, that's how like those fucking tall tales and shit started happening because everybody starts telling it slightly different.
That's true.
And by like the 13th person, probably a lot less, there all of a sudden it's so stretched out and unbelievable.
Right. Yeah. The whole. But I was listening to this book though, and it's just been telling me like it's called like How to Quit Like a Millionaire, and I was like, oh, cool. And it's about
Chapter
this
11.
woman she retired at 35.
All right.
And it's just her like, and it's not one of those books like this is how I got rich. She just literally tries to tell you that like it is one of those books, but it's just her telling you the strategies that like how she did it. She's like, I'm not saying this is gonna work for you. And she says that straight up front. She's like, this might not work for you. It also requires a lot of fucking work. Because she was like, she came from China. She was like from a poor village in China, moved to Canada, like worked her ass off, became an engineer, and then figured out all these other systems on how to create money and how to like, better save your money and invest your money. And I was like, it was just, it's been an interesting listen, that's for sure. And I've been like one of those, I'm trying to do this thing now. If I listen to a book, it's the reason, like, I had all the notes that I had for the story I told you last week about George Washington.
So
I'm trying to take notes during each book.
So what's the most interesting thing you found out about that then so far?
Her thing that she talked about that I've only listened to 50% of the book so far, but, like, when she was talking about investing, so she's talking about the stocks, is not using... First of all, not using anybody who, like, not like a banker or like somebody who is involved in stocks and you give them money and let them allocate it. She's like, you need to be in charge of your finances. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. And she also talks about investing. I wish I had my notes in front of me. I think I have them behind me. But hey, let me grab this.
All right, yeah. No,
I got it. Sorry, it was literally right behind me. Like, what is it called? Is a certain type of like funds that you invest in. Oh, index investing is what she talks about.
Okay, index funds. Yeah.
So instead of like, you don't bet on the horse, you bet on the casino.
Okay.
So like basically what index do is you're buying into not just like one particular stock. You're buying into a portfolio of them. And so your performance is based off all of those stocks rather than just like one certain stock, right?
Gotcha.
So you invest in all the companies at once. The index fund can't crash to zero, and the index funds have the lower fees as well.
Okay. I do enjoy betting on the ponies, but
right. Well, that's why I found this very interesting because I didn't know too much about the index stuff. I was like, you always hear you got to buy one company stock or try to you
that's
just
why
basically get lucky.
A lot of people go to those ETFs to be in those index funds.
Right, and that's one thing she talks about is the exchange trade fund, the ETF. You invest in a basket of stocks and the trade open market, and then advanced chapter. I'm sorry, I wrote down a bunch of
No,
different things that
I
are,
mean
like, not making
that's
sense
super.
now.
That's interesting to hear somebody else that's like actually made it. Is always super interesting until you get that jack off that's like, well, hey guys, have you seen my Robinhood portfolio I made? Check out these
Dude.
returns.
These fucking ads on YouTube are getting out of fucking hand about all these people who are like, this is how I made 10 grand in 5 days.
Oh,
or
dude,
fucking
for
all this
real.
shit. Jesus Christ, dude.
It is insane. Like no
You know
amount
how
of
I know
ad
those
blocker
people are
can
full of
stop
shit? If you were making 10 grand a week, you wouldn't tell a fucking soul how you were doing it.
No, they're 10 grand a week, and they don't ever mention it in that. It's from doing that commercial.
Right. That's one reason why, because dopes fucking paid $20 or $25 for a fucking
A blog
2-hour
post.
Bro, yeah, it's fucking crazy. The amount of ads like are going on right now are insane. It's funny, we were talking about the deepfakes earlier. I saw an ad, and that's why I was like talking about them. I wanted to make this point is like I feel like I'm getting like tricked by like deepfakes now, right? Like I'm kind of looking for them in some aspect.
Okay.
Like, and I saw like a political ad where it was Joe Biden talking and speaking into the camera, giving some kind of speech. Dude, watching his mouth move, I kept going, this is fake.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, I was looking at it like, this isn't real. Like, his mouth isn't moving right.
he's
Like, something looked wrong.
He's speaking perfect Cantonese.
Right. He's on a Japanese game show. That's not Joe Biden.
That's crazy, man. He's so worldly.
He's on icy stairs.
Dude, did you guys know Joe Biden did an episode of Ice Road Truckers?
There you go. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but like, so like that was like fucking with me, dude. The ads have gotten out of control. There was one ad, dude. I have to tell you about this. This is fucking. This hurt my brain. So it's this ad, right? And it starts off with this dude. He's standing in line to go to the bathroom at a party, right?
Oh, okay,
And
as one does.
He's got a deuce.
Oh, that's
the worst.
always unfortunate.
The worst, right?
Is there a
The
squatty potty in there?
worst. We've all been there. It's a horrible feeling when you got a deuce at a party.
Yeah, and you don't have any matches.
Yeah, no. And see, and he does this thing where he peers behind him, and it's a line full of girls, and it's the only one bathroom in the place, and he's like, "Oh no!" And then this guy comes up, and he's like, "Don't worry, bro. We've all been here, and that's why you need to get the Dude Pod."
What?
I'm not joking. This is a real
The
product.
Dude Pod. Is this like a tube you can just shit in?
No, it's a puck and it's like a Tide Pod, and you should eat it if you have this problem because you deserve to die.
Is it like that poopery shit where you just spray it like
Dude,
Febreze on the water?
You don't spray it. You literally drop this thing in the toilet and flush it with your turd, and it's supposed to neutralize all smell.
Okay, that's what that poopery shit does.
I don't know what poopery shit is.
So it's like this little spray bottle, and you spray it, and it puts like an oily-ish film over the water that captures all odor. So it actually smells like potpourri in that place.
So you're telling me there's multiple products for people who have this problem.
Yeah, for real. And I've actually used this because a friend of mine actually had it sitting in their bathroom. So I was just like, let's see if this works.
Now that's different. This commercial this is where my problem is with this commercial.
Oh, you gotta be expected to have this on
You
hand.
are expected to have this on hand.
Well, dude,
If you change your diet.
No.
If you have this problem, change your fucking diet,
No.
man. You can't drop deuces
This
everywhere
dude
and
is
then also
legit.
bring a
No.
Tide Pod with you.
was this about a time traveler? Did he perhaps have a fanny pack?
No.
Oh, damn.
He just had it. And that's what I was also trying to think. I was like, this is called Dude Pod, right? And they're trying to advertise this towards fellas. And I was like, where are we supposed to keep that?
Oh, it's like a miniature enema. You just stick it up your ass in anticipation.
You just have to, that way, you just have, it's like a butt plug.
Yeah.
So your farts are also, so you get twofer out of it, so your farts
Well,
smell good.
it whistles
and
a little. There's air holes,
yeah.
so it whistles when you fart. But if you actually push anything out, it comes with.
Yeah, every time you fart, it's just like.
Yeah. It's got a little string like a fucking
wop.
tampon. It's got a string like a
whistle, the
tampon.
wop. There's some hoes in this house.
Yeah, you get all that shit going. It'd be fucking great if that actually
Dude,
occurred.
it is insane to me the fact that you would think that you even need to prepare for that.
Yeah.
Like
So-
that. But like, I can't believe like you would need. That's what bothers me is, and then dude, it just like the amount of like just bad, crappy jokes, giggity, that are in this commercial are just terrible. It's just like all the poop jokes you could think of. It's just I watched the whole thing because I was just mesmerized by like.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this? Like you can't.
Hey, oh man, is this your song? You girls should go dance. I gotta go.
Yeah, you
I
guys
gotta go.
I gotta go. Dude, at that point, I guess like the best thing to do if like you're really worried about it, right?
Yeah.
And this is my point. If you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna poop, and there's all these hot girls behind me in a bathroom at a house party, like I don't know what to do, man. You just leave the party. You can't be at the party anymore.
Well, or you go find some tree leaves and you go just do a vicious dump in the neighbor's yard.
If you're that worried about it, yeah. If you're that worried about it, you go dump in the neighbor's yard.
Dude, can you imagine dumping in the neighbor's yard? The light comes on. You look like a feral raccoon in the squatting position looking for the exit.
Right. Or you do the boss move. You upper deck the toilet.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, and then it looks like her. It's her problem.
Right. And then you're like, oh my God, Sarah's shit in the back of the toilet. Sarah, you're fucking disgusting.
Yeah, you got to spray that poopery in the upper deck, though. That way it just comes out every time they flush. Like, this wasn't me. This was not me. It just looks like they have diarrhea.
Also, I think it's a horrible thing we've done in our society where we hold the stigma against people who shit stinky. Everybody has stinky shits.
Oh,
don't act like it.
Dude, yeah, and the healthiest people, like those crazy in-shape vegans, they have monster deuces that just are ungodly.
Yeah. So, if anything, if a girl goes, oh my God, your shit stinks, you should be like, thank you, I'm glad you find my bowels very healthy. My microbiome is on fleek.
Yeah, exactly, man. Don't worry, I don't even take probiotic. Get on my level.
What, does your shit not stink? God damn it, what do you eat, fast food all the time?
Yeah.
Gross ass bitch.
Fast food and enemas.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, it just really bothered me, like the fact that you would have to be that prepared for that situation. How do you even know you're like you know you have a terrible bowel system if you have to plan for that? You know what I mean?
Well, it just goes to show like you need to do Kegels for your butt.
Right.
Like, is that a thing? Like just pinching it off, just holding it?
I don't know, dude. Like, there's definitely a way. Like, also like it's weird because they're doing the scenario they present is like you're at a party drinking, right?
Okay.
You don't have beer shits the same day you're shitting unless you eat some horrible shit beforehand.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and I don't know about you, but I can easily, if I'm not home, if I hold it, I won't have to shit.
Yep, for real. No, I could hold it unless it's a goddamn emergency.
Yeah, like I had something.
I've pooped more in my life than these past 4 months being trapped at home than I ever have at any time because I don't have to go anywhere.
It's exactly, and it's like, okay, my body's like, oh, you're home. We're doing this now.
Yep. It knows.
At work, it's just like, nah. But here,
dude, the worst place in the world to poop: comedy clubs.
Oh, dude,
God, are they
drunk
horrible.
assholes pissing over the seats.
Dude, yeah, it's bad.
Oh.
And it's also like you have to get up in the middle of a show. Doesn't matter if it's open mic or whatever. If the worst is like you go in there and somebody sees you pooping. Like I've had this happen to me before. Where I went in and I had to poop and I fucking just let it rip, dog. Just fucking I was Beyblading it.
No,
let it rip.
I feel like the worst thing for you would be if somebody was in there after you already did your set and trying to talk you up. Like, hey man, that was a good set. I really enjoyed it.
It wasn't even the worst is like when like it's somebody you know and don't even know. It's like this is how it happens, dude. It's always like a new person, new to the game, been doing it for like a month or so, and they catch you coming out and they heard you ripping ass, right? Mm-hmm. And then like they come out and then they go on stage and they say something about it. And it's just like Are you fucking kidding me? Where's the fighting words? I'll see you outside, bro. About to fuck you up in front of Freddie Mercury.
I was going to take my pre-show leak, and old stanky ass Wade was next to me, just really bellowing out the wind.
Yeah, exactly. He was really gone with the wind.
You guys, I'm not joking. He was pushing a sailboat.
I swear to God, he had the movie Twister coming out of his ass.
He broke glass, but don't worry, we fixed it, just like the movie.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck,
Made
man.
me so mad.
I would be pissed. Somebody tell me about that.
So mad.
That'd be like walking out of a party after having sex with somebody and be like, man, I heard the screams from sitting out in the living room. My ear was against the wall, so that's how I heard, but that's not weird. I can teach you some tips to really make it rock.
You ever had sex at a party?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm just making sure. I just want to make sure you're a cool guy.
No, I definitely have.
Sure you're cool.
The worst was, what was it? There was one time I remember it was like Bobby and Skinny were outside and they got done like walking out, and I got high fives after it to the mortified face of the girl behind me.
That's fucked up.
I didn't. It's not like I was doing it. They were sitting there listening the whole time.
What was it, in the bedroom or was it the bathroom?
Oh, no, it was a bedroom.
Both times I've done it have been in a bathroom. The one time wasn't even a party. There was like 7 people hanging out somewhere, and
bathroom. Oh man, bathrooms are weird.
I did this thing where I like head nodded, and this girl like nodded at me, and then I like got up and walked to the bathroom, and she followed afterwards. And we just did, and that just happened.
Bathrooms are always weird. The only time I've had something even similar has been a girl walking into the shower with me.
Oh, she's like walked in?
Yeah.
That sounds like a girlfriend move, though.
That was not a girlfriend. That was definitely not a girlfriend at all.
You know what's really crazy about that, though? You know what's crazy about that, though? That could never be flipped.
Oh, no. Not without an allegation.
Could you imagine you trying to do that? Like, I would.
Oh, dude. Hey, man, I would walk in helicoptering. Just, hey, what's going on?
I had a girlfriend once actually say that to me. She's like, why didn't you come in? I was like, are you fucking high? Like, no. If you can do that to me, there is no way on earth I'm doing that to you. That is, even though we're dating, like, that's just not going to happen.
Yeah, well, it's weird, yeah, because you get to watch me get in and all my hair get wet, and then it's just, I look like a fucking wet horse.
Right. There's nothing sexual about a man opening up a curtain with his dangling out, just like walking into a shower. Like a girl doing to us, it's like, hot damn.
I'm just picturing
great.
how you would do it, Wade. I honestly think if I did that, it'd have to be somebody I knew, and I'd be going in there doing belly slaps with my dick. Just
right.
Like,
right. You could definitely find that exact scenario in a porno where it's just acting out the Bates Motel fucking scene. Where it's just like the guy ripping open the curtain and the woman screaming.
Pretty much. Like, I don't see a single girl ever being interested in a dude just barging in unless you're already a couple.
Well, even then, they're still going to be like, get out.
Probably. Yeah. They get to determine that whole escapade actually happened.
Yeah, no, that is just something that doesn't happen.
Yeah, you know, girls have to be in the mood for the slip and slide to occur. They don't just like to have it sprung on them.
Right, whereas a dude's just like, wait, huh? What? Huh?
Yeah.
What? Huh? It's like a squirrel. Like, we could be in the intense middle, in something super intense, and just be like, huh? What?
Yeah, exactly.
I could be operating a miter saw with my finger really close to the blade and be just like, huh? Whoa, what?
No, dude.
Oh,
like
hi.
In the shower, like a girl shows up, I will open my eyes while washing my hair. Just, ah!
That burns, but it gotta look.
It'd be worth it.
Is it my pee hole burning from the soap or from your vagina?
Oh, dude, that fucking's the worst. I hate when that happens.
It's awful. It's awful.
It doesn't happen now, though, now that I use one of those loofahs. Never thought I'd be a loofah guy.
Oh, I love them. I just recently got one. I got one with a stick, so I can get my back.
Oh, I'm jealous, man, because I got to
Yeah,
be like
dude.
this weird acrobatic move to try and get my
Yeah, and
back.
then your fucking shoulder singes up. You're
Yeah.
like cramp. You're like, okay, cramp. Oh my god. Ah.
Yeah, because every time you reach back, your shoulder blades go up, and you're like, it's like a do not enter sign appearing.
Right. No, dude, you got to get. I purposely got one with a stick because of that. Because I was like, now it's weird when I scrub my front because I'm literally just holding the loofah and
You
just
just
like
get this big
scrubbing myself, and it's just like stick. I've hit myself in the eye. I'm not gonna lie. It's just like whap. Ah, fuck.
How many
I got
times
a
you said
big
that in
old
your
pink
life?
stick that pokes me in the eye.
Yeah.
I have a pink loofah. I don't give a shit.
Oh,
It was
no,
$4.
dude, it's on sale. I do that all the time. I love how they disparage against the colors. Like, yo,
Yeah,
you want a
who
black?
cares?
You want a black loofah? That's $6 extra.
Right. Like, who gives a shit?
Yeah. Because all the colors I look at are just like, just get black or gray.
That's how secure I am in my masculinity. I bought that in the makeup section of Walmart with my girlfriend.
Yeah, I wouldn't care,
like,
dude.
cool.
I will buy a Takashi 6'9" loofah and just have this rainbow fucking loofah hanging. I don't give a shit. As long as it works.
Right, exactly. It doesn't matter, dude. Scrub it up. Scrub a dub in that tub.
Dude, have you ever seen the ones with like the dual loofahs where it's got like, it looks like a gear handle? It looks like a cog out of a gears, and then one side's the loofah and the other side's just like a more condensed loofah, just meant to scrape your fucking skin off.
I don't think that's a loofah, Nathan. It sounds like a pleasure toy.
No, it's actually a chisel. But yeah, no, it just like scrubs and
Carve the fat away. Like people are just
no, I used to get that and use that for when I was cleaning the Bermuda Triangle, doing the triangle motion.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Really got back into the taint.
Yeah. But yeah, you can't do the shower thing. It's crazy.
No, it'd be insane. I would love to hear more people's stories about if you have ever walked in, because I don't know anybody that's ever done it personally.
Okay, I was so bad at reading signal, and this is like a signal thing, right? And this is just being young and not understanding signals, and also just, I don't know. I feel like I have respect for people.
Oh, is this
I'm
when you
gonna
caught your
also put it
first
that-
charge?
No,
Oh.
not my first charge. What? I don't have any charges. don't say that. The only thing I have charges for is drinking too heavily because I'm a fun guy.
Oh.
But no, like my girlfriend at the time was like, I'm gonna take your shower. I'm like, okay, and she's like, hey, like, will you come in? Like, we'll just talk or whatever. And I'm like, okay, and like, she got in the shower and I sat in the bathroom and talked to her while I was there, and then like afterwards she asked me, she was like, why didn't you get in with me? I was like, why didn't you like? No, I'm just not gonna just jump in. What are you fucking talking about? And it's also one of those things where you don't live there, so if we're just like, if her parents show back up, we're just both wet, and it's like, huh? I wonder what happened.
Oh no, we were just listening to WAP and got in the mood.
Right, exactly. It was just like, but like, she was like, you should have just gotten in the shower with me. I'm like, what? No, like that's just weird. Like, why would I just assume that's what you want me to do? And that's when I learned that there's a thing called signs.
Oh yeah, it's an okay movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, dude, I'm terrible at reading that shit. I had I believe it was Rachel. She was giving me shit, and I didn't even realize. She's like, hey, do you see it? That chick was just hitting on you while you're taking your order. Because I was sitting at like a Burger King in the mall or something. This is years ago. And I'm like, what? She was just taking my fucking order. It's like shit like that where I have to have somebody of the opposite gender sit there and go, nah, they were hitting on you. Because I'm fucking stupid. I don't catch that shit.
It's like, what? Yeah, no, like, yeah, you don't, because like, you're a direct person. Like, we were raised to be very direct, so that's why like when people do these subtle hint things, we're like, what?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
So what are you trying to say? Like,
yeah.
We'd be like the shitty therapist in a relationship.
Yeah.
Trying to
it'd
break
be
it down.
awful. Yeah, I can do it.
I couldn't either.
Dude, I cleaned out my car today.
Oh, dude, oh man, that's been a while. Long time coming.
Gross.
Yeah?
Gross. Well, this is I forgot about this. So like I even cleaned
the chicken wings under the seat?
Yes, no. I cleaned even the like, cup holders in the back seat of it,
Ugh.
which were really grody. And I remember why they got so grody. I went to like Runza one time, and I got a lemonade, and I drank part of it, and then it was like didn't drink, and then I got something else, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna put this Brunzer cup in the back, and then
Oh,
like, whatever,
bottom
and I left
eroded.
it. Oh yeah, and I didn't even think that was a thing that could happen, but that I should have actually realized because lemonade's super acidic, so you just ate through it, and like yeah, it was just like gross lemonade flake parts. Oh, dude, it's gross. So I finally cleaned all of that gunk out of there.
Dude, you were growing a fucking new civilization in your car.
Yeah, dude.
And
I was
then you
creating
just
the
did
first new Rome.
You just did an extinction level event on them.
Yeah, exactly. I fucking decimated it.
Fuck. I think I've only ever had that happen once in my car, but I caught it before it got actually bad.
Oh, dude. I saw this really funny video of this guy who was like in a car, and he's like, I was just driving, and then I picked up this can of soda, and it's got like, in like, you never ever seen like a can of soda where like it's like dented, but the dent's coming out.
Oh,
not
yeah.
in. And he's like, I got this can of soda, and like, look at this fucking thing. And right when he says, look at this fucking thing, the can of the top explodes off of it and like just shoots all over his car. And he's like, what the fuck? He just panics. It's so funny.
That would suck so much ass.
Dude, I remember one time, Dad asked me to go get sodas at the gas station. And I was like, okay. And we had like a bunch of like the big cups of soda that you could get where like when you go fill them up, they were like 60 cents to refill, right?
Yeah.
So I grabbed like 3 of them out of the cabinet. And this is in the car I have now. And I'm like, okay. So I go get myself a soda, him a soda, and Jake one.
All right.
And we're just like, okay. And so I have 3 super large sodas that I have to get back to the house. And none of the cup holders fit them. Right?
Yeah.
Like they're so big they can't fit. So I have I think I had like one on my lap or something, and like two in another thing. So I'm holding them all like in this weird way, right?
Yeah.
Trying to make sure that like I can drive and like not have these fall
You look
over.
like a helicopter parent driving.
Oh yeah, dude. Like I'm like putting my arm out, like stay safe, babies. Mama's gotcha.
Don't worry. We're braking.
We're breaking. Yeah, seriously. And at one point, I think what happened is like, so I took my soda and I took what was Dad's soda, and I actually got it to fit in the cup holder. And I was like, cool, like that'll sit right there and that'll be fine. So then I only have to hold on to 2. It'll be more manageable. And I make one turn, like the last turn into the neighborhood is a left, and that thing, because of the left hand of the force,
Goes to the right.
Tips right, and just a 72-ounce Mountain Dew just falls on the bottom of that the passenger seat, just all soaked in. It was like, God damn it, damn it.
You had that shitty fucking DUI commercial, but it was just Mountain Dew instead of wine.
Yeah, exactly. And like I had to go it took like 3 towels in order to like soak up all the Mountain Dew. And then I went back before like Dad even like he's like, what took you so long? I was like, I had to go back, and he was like, why? And I told him, he's like, you're a fucking moron. And I was like, what do you want me to do? How was I supposed to stop that?
That's why they made Gorilla Glue.
Right, exactly. It was, oh, God damn that. I think about that a lot. I was like, God damn it.
No, that's the exact same thing of like why people don't ask for, what are those, like drink tray things?
Yeah.
Like, it's amazing how many people don't ask for those when you go through and you get a shit ton of.
I can't believe they're still a thing.
Oh, well, that's like saying you can't believe styrofoam's still a thing, because motherfucking Chick-fil-A is rocking the shit out of those.
Yeah, but they have like the 4 corners one with where you hold it, right? They have a handle in it.
They have a handle, but it's just like crazy to look at like some of the stuff that's still used. They keep the drinks so much colder though.
Right.
It's like, fuck the environment. My cold is my drinks stay cold.
Oh, I thought you meant like the
No.
4
Oh.
thing. The styrofoam cups are the shit.
Yeah, no.
They're so much better.
No, it's like pressed cardboard or something for those drink holders.
Yeah. It's bad.
I don't know. They're cool frisbees.
I remember having to try to like hold on to those like when we were kids, we'd have to get those. They would give them to us, and Mom would be like, "Okay, you have to hold on to the drinks." And it was like that was the shittiest part, because you were like looking back at one of you or one of the other brothers just like, they're fucking eating the fries. I know they are, those sons of bitches.
Yeah. Well, and the worst thing is if
assholes are eating the fries.
you get one of those cup holders, it is nirvana. If you got 2 drinks, you can cross them. If you got 4 drinks,
Right.
perfect. But if you only have 3 drinks,
oh,
dude,
it's hell.
it's like, what? This is meant to fall. This does not work.
Right. Sir Isaac Newton is above you, and just like, oh God, if only you knew science.
You should have listened.
Gravity and balance doesn't work that way.
This is what happens when you listen to my books and not read them.
You only remember literally 3/4 of my book.
All you remember is this fucking apple, you piece of shit.
Yeah, you piece of garbage. It wasn't even an apple, it was a pear. People just don't like pears. That's why they switched it to an apple.
He's sitting out there just naming different fruits. He's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen what grows up? It could have been an orange for all you know.
I want to make a crapple.
A crapple.
He was just trying to figure out how to crossbreed things, and then he stumbled into gravity.
He's like, man, I was just on a blind bender, and I was waking up feeling like shit under a tree. Don't know how I got there. And what do you know? I created the motherfucking thing of legend.
Right.
But you wouldn't know that unless you read it. Not
No,
listen.
you wouldn't.
But you know where you can listen to a bunch of shit, Wade?
Punninggame.com.
That's fucking right. Go to punninggame.com. Monday through Friday, we got hot content coming for your ear holes. But there's other things you want to do visually, or maybe you want to wear something. Fuck. I don't know. Where would we do that, Wade?
Where would we do what? I'm sorry, I spaced out.
Where would we go get our visuals?
Oh, you would also go to punninggame.com because you can find all of the video podcasts right there for episodes. You can also find Matt Hates Horror Games and Fun Pun Gaming. If you'd like to subscribe to those YouTube channels, they're all named the same, so you can go check out Matt Hates Horror Games on YouTube. You can check out Fun Pun Gaming on YouTube. And then if you want to get access to the video podcast, you want to go to Comic Wade Taylor, where you can find all the podcasts as well as stand up from myself.
No, I thought we were talking about your house on YouTube.
Yeah. Exactly. And then if you want to get something, Nathan, you'd like to get something comfy for this coming fall. Make sure you don't want to wear a jacket all the time.
Fuck yeah. Maybe
so where can they get stuff?
A nice hoodie. I mean, you probably should go to our store over on Teespring, teespring.com/punninggame.com. You could buy some kick-ass gear. You need some hoodies, logos from the show, all that shit. You want to show that you are a flunky through and through? Let people know. It's a great conversation starter. But
hell yeah.
Outside of that, dude, and hey, if you use code WGAF, you may get something.
Yeah, free shipping at checkout.
Fuck yeah. But, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go help our slightly drugged, slightly concussed friend Isaac over here under the tree. We're out. Peace.
God damn it, I poked myself with my pink stick again.
Who is it?